welcome to Yoga for Vets podcast studio. Yoga for Vets, supporting our troops, one breath at a time. My name's Randy Hamlin, and this is episode number 8. I had talked in a previous episode about changing up my format a little bit as far as the new year starts out. I would not only want to feature veterans and organizations, but I'd like to be able to bring in some businesses, publishers, authors, musicians, and some technical people, those that are like-minded and who have been somewhat maybe behind the scenes, but still contribute to this community and have been supporting our military family and our veterans. So stay tuned for some of those episodes. You can always do the like or the not like, and put a comment in the box through either Facebook or on the YogaForVets.Org website. Some community updates starting on Sunday, February the 5th. Combat Hippies are back, and they will be performing this time in Ybor City, which is a section in Tampa. The address is 1907 North 19th Street. It's called The Bunker. And that is in collaboration with R&R Festival and the National Summit on Arts and Health in the Military. And it's free admission. So check it out if you need more info about the event, or actually what's going on with them for the new year. Always Combat Hippies on Facebook or their website, combathippies.com. In that same area in Tampa, February the 10th through the 12th, the Silent Retreat will be happening. It's an IRS Yoga Nidra and with Annie Okerlund. And it will be at the Franciscan Center, and that's in Tampa, February 10th through the 12th. You can reach her for more info. There is room still to sign up, and you get her through yogini.com. Back over on this side, Fort Lauderdale area, the 5th annual Yoga Fest is coming up, and that is a Yoga Fox event. It is February the 25th. It will be in Fort Lauderdale at Huizenga Park. Lots of yoga going on. Of course, they're bringing back some stellar teachers. If you've never been, it runs from 9 a.m. till 9 p.m. and there's yoga going on all day long. They're going to have music and food and, of course, some shopping. So check out the vendors there. Help support them. You know, they're local, and they've got some really excellent things to buy and share with maybe your family or people that you really care about. Sorry, this year, no pets. For more info, you can go to their web work, which is YogaFestFL.com. YogaFestFL.com. Tickets are now on sale. It's always cheaper to get them online before you go to the event and pay whatever the gate price is. So sign up early. It's always a huge crowd that attends. There is ample parking right across the street. There's like a 5-story parking garage, so it's an easy walk right across the street. Back in the news is Yoga for Men and a yoga study that they're doing with the University of South Florida, which is in St. Petersburg. It's been going on, but it continues, and they are looking for more veterans to participate. So if you're interested, the best way of doing this is to go to info.yogaformen, and that way you get to learn about what's going on in the study. They run it all down, what it takes to get in it, what it's all about, and you can also sign up at that time. I have the Veterans Yoga Project. Every year they put on an event, and it's called Mindful Resilience Training for Trauma Recovery. That's a mouthful. Mindful Resilience Training for trauma recovery. And it's February the 27th and the 28th, and it's in Venice, California. Not Venice, Florida, Venice, California. So, you can get more info by going through their Facebook page, or, of course, you can go to their website. One thing cool that they do is they offer a coupon discount, and it's a code. And when you sign up, you enter the code, and you get an additional discount. So you may want to check that out. My news feed is kind of strange. Most of the time it's in real time, but every once in a while something comes through that is really old. And in this particular thing is an interview with Give Back Yoga's Anthony Scaletta, who is a yoga teacher and also the outreach coordinator for veterans for that organization. And there's an interview that Anthony talks with Jesse Kramer of Yoga Journal. And it's all about yoga, healing, and resilience. And it was featured in the December issue of Yoga Journal. So you can go back into the archives and pull it up. Great insight about Anthony. It was really interesting to learn how he got into yoga. He's a Navy vet. And how he got involved in Give Back Yoga. So really good insight about him and his passion. So I urge you to dig it up and read it. As a little sidebar here, I received a copy of a book called Best Practices for Yoga with Veterans. And it was put together by the Yoga Service Council in collaboration with the Omega Institute. And it's an excellent read for yoga teachers wanting to work with vets. As a yoga teacher myself and a Marine Corps Vietnam veteran dealing with what the VA categorizes me as PTSD, I of course dropped the D because I don't buy into the D part. But I try to read as much as I can about trauma and veterans and the yoga part about how it works and how it manages stress and trauma. And I really like this book. I've just gotten into it, and I'm going to definitely implement some of the points in my own personal practice and in my teach. So I know that there were several people involved in putting this work together. I believe it's been going on for a couple of years. So if you'd like to get it, you can definitely order it from Amazon. You can also download it. Another thing is, if you do purchase through Amazon, maybe try logging in as Amazon Smile. And what I like about that is they offer the selection to choose a charity that you may want to help support. Over the years, I've supported a couple of organizations that I really love. And guys, it's just another way of helping to support the organizations that keep us moving, that keep the lights on, that keep the mission going. So if you're not on Smile, check it out, all right? In this episode, I want to share with you a video interview that I had with a fellow by the name of David Ramoy. And he's also a yoga teacher, and he is the managing editor of a magazine called Today's Yoga. And it's community-based, it's grassroots, it's been out for about 6 months. I think it's a first-class publication. There's some great photos and articles in it, of course. And I was able to connect with David finally. We've tried back and forth a few times, but we finally did connect. And just watch this clip, and then I'll be back right after, and we'll chat a little bit, and then I'll do my running around across the state and different places. And I'm with David Ramoy from Today's Yoga, managing editor and yoga teacher. So I met David recently, and I'll I'll let you tell the story here in a minute, but
Sure.
we had tried to connect a long time ago, and it just never happened. So I'm really grateful that you got up early. I know you've got teacher training.
I do.
In a little while, so it's not like I dragged you out of bed.
No, I was already awake.
Awesome, cool. So I like to keep things casual, and it's just sharing our stories. And being that you are a yoga teacher, maybe we could start out how you got involved in yoga. And
sure.
We'll just take it from there.
Sure. So I got into yoga about 10 years ago. Well, I'm originally from Staten Island, New York. I moved to South Florida. Within that span of time, I got into yoga. I think I'm still the first person from Staten Island to actually do yoga. But so the first type of yoga I ever did was Bikram. I got into Bikram. Someone suggested it. I did it. And as soon as I started that class, I had never seen anything like it. I just started sweating. I started getting nauseous, ran out of class. That was that.
Yeah.
Tried to go back in, got sick again, and I left. And I was really into working out a lot of the time, like weights, etc. And so I was really challenged. I couldn't understand why I couldn't do this. And I went back. I said, I'm gonna do this. I can do this. Like everyone's doing this in this class. I can handle this. So I go back. I get sick again. This happened 3 times, and I learned, as I was doing it, people say, oh, you're just detoxifying your body.
Right.
I was partying a lot of the time. I was in South Florida. I was going crazy. And
that seems to happen when people come to South Florida.
you come here on vacation one day, you're like, oh, I can move here, no problem. And next thing you know, you're partying, and that just could lead to bad things, or it can lead to good things. So
excuse me.
From that point, I actually stuck with it because I started noticing change. I started feeling good. I noticed anxiety going away. I started just meeting different people that I was meeting prior from moving here. So I started just associating with different people, eating better. Everything was just changing slowly, and this was just during Bikram classes and just going more and more. And at some point, the Bikram regimen got too much for me. Not too much for me, it just got very systematic, and then someone suggested vinyasa. So I went to Hot Yoga Del Rey with actually Jules, who was one of my first teachers.
Jules Lindsay.
And till this day, she was my inspiration for getting into it. I was like, I don't know what she's doing, but this is incredible.
Yeah,
and I knew right away.
She's a sweetheart.
She's the best, and she's one of the reasons why I do what I do. And I got into it because I was really enthralled with her class and her style, and even that old school Hot Yoga Del Rey, those teachers like Christine Lewis and Matthew and everyone, they were just they were so dynamic and had their teaching styles and what I was used to from Bikram. So anyway, I got into that, and I will say this, a lot of negative press about Bikram, but it got me out of the association with yoga of only being for women. That was a big thing.
Yeah, the stigma.
It was a stigma.
Yeah.
Until the guy I'm doing yoga, they're like, yoga. But it got me over that hump of just like, okay, this is for everybody. It was a good transition. So I don't knock it in that sense because it was a great transition for me.
Absolutely.
But anyway, so I got into vinyasa, and I'd say a few years went by, and then I said I really wanted to get into teaching because I was learning more and more, and someone suggested a teacher training, and they said teacher training is just a great way to just keep learning. So that's what I did. So then I went to 3.5 years ago. Oh no, it was 4 years ago. Graduated from teacher training, Shivananda, yoga Inner Peace, and then from there teaching ever since. And then now I'm in 300 teacher training at YogaForVets.Org in Boca Raton.
Awesome.
Yeah, so 4 years. And, who's counting?
Yeah, I know. Did you find that your daily practice is what really keeps it going for you, or I assume that you?
Yeah, of course.
Practice.
Well, I practice. I love going to studios. I have an at-home practice, but
it could always,
it could always be better. but I love going to studios, and it just, yeah, you leave everything at the door. You just get lost in the class. It's just you and your mat.
You know, the thing I like about that is that there's the interaction with other people in there. It's not like it's a social thing necessarily, but it kind of is.
Right.
It's kind of cool to go, oh, hey, you know, I haven't seen you for a while.
Mm-hmm.
Which reminds me, actually when I met you was at Leslie Glickman's New Year's Day event, which Robin and I go every year. It's the third year now. And there are people there that I never see except for that day.
Huh.
So once a year.
Right.
So, you know, we not only go for the hit, of course, but we get to see people, you know, that we haven't seen. And that's important. That's that was really a big thing with me getting involved when I started out with Connected Warriors. You know, going into the, you know, not just the social aspect of getting out and actually doing something,
right,
but the brotherhood, you know, getting involved with that mindset and working with veterans, of course, and trauma, which I had a lot of, but I didn't really realize it. You know, I was so used to stuffing it. All that came out, of course. The idea of that actually allowed me, as time went on, to do my personal practice, because if I had thought about, well, I'll just get up every morning and practice yoga, I don't think I would have got the dynamics of how I was supposed to grow with it. So,
well, it's nice too when you're in a class and you see different levels that people are at and the different teachers, and it just opens your mind up so much to what could be, as opposed to just reading a book or watching a video or creating your own sequence.
Right. I think we learn off of each other. You know, we share that energy.
Sure.
And, you know, so that's what brings us together with it. I also wanted to talk a little bit about your work. You know, Today's Yoga, which a kick-ass magazine.
They were proud of it.
Yeah, I was really impressed with it.
Thanks.
You know, I come from old school critical eye, unfortunately. Not negatively, but always with, you know, the observational part about it.
Sure.
And one thing that I really, that really jumped out at me was the quality of what you guys are doing. So can you elaborate a little bit about how it all came about? Because it's good, and it's gonna be even better, man.
Thanks. Well, we work hard at it, and we're real proud of it. So just hearing that alone is fantastic. How it came about, when I got into teaching yoga, I was also a writer, and my neighbor, who's now my partner, Jeff Diaz, he was one of the founders of the Pineapple newspaper in Delray Beach. So he started that, and I would get in his ear like, hey Jeff, every now and then, you know, I'd like to submit an article to you. And he's like, yeah, submit it. You can write. You know, worst case scenario, it gets in or it doesn't.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I started with one article called "Om Wasn't Built in a Day." And it was just, you know, I was really into yoga, and you know, but I was
That's
also
not quite as good as Tales of the Mat, though.
No.
That one better.
Yeah, that was the second one. So it started with Om, and then it picked up some steam, just articles about life, etc. And then Tales from the Mat. The Yoga Chronicles was the second article, because he gave me a second one. So, and I would go around and I would interview different teachers or different studios, and just do an interview with them. They're welcome to write an article, submit it to me, and before you know it, we had our own section called Tales Beyond the Mat. But my concept for the whole thing was to interview studios, have my article, once it was published, in a frame in their studio at the end of each month. So
that's very nice, yeah.
Yeah, so if I wanted to get into other studios at the time, and I figured if I interviewed them, and the ones that I respected the most, you know, if I came in there with a frame and a PDF of their interview, they're gonna hang it right up on the wall. So that's what they did. They would hang my interviews right up on the wall, and if you look around Boca Del Rey, you'll still see some Tales from the Mat articles hung up in the studios. that actually helped a lot because people are reaching out to me, hey, how can I write for you, etc.
Yeah.
And that's how we had the section called Tales Beyond the Map, leading to this. Once he sold his shares in the Pineapple, wanted to get involved into another publication. I was in his ear about yoga, and once we started chatting about yoga and the potential of the market and who might be into it, and I just knew this was needed and just a great community for a publication.
Which is very well needed.
Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah. I think the timing is spot on too.
Yeah.
With what you guys are doing.
Started off with Jeff and I. We put this thing together just based on the concept of what we did for the Pineapple. You know, we get teachers writing articles for us, local in the community, and everything being local. Since he ran a community newspaper, it was the same concept. This is for the community. Well, this is just on a larger scale. So we
Still community, man.
still community, whether it's from Miami to Palm Beach or just Delray, it doesn't really matter. And that's basically what happened. We had teachers writing for us, submitted it in. We had local advertisers, and we had local photography. You know, Sean, and then we grabbed an associate editor, Lindsay Ferris. Put it all together, put out our product.
So this is your team that got put together, or?
Well, in the beginning, yeah, and then after the second issue, things just started picking up more steam, and then besides that, we have Jenny Diaz, who's actually Jeff's wife. She does all she designs she does all our operations. Then we now just brought on Julie Murphy. She's on the editing team as well. She's come on in the past issue, which, by the way, I think is one of our best issues as far as content goes and just quality.
She's a great teacher. Julie is.
She's just phenomenal.
Yeah.
We've known Julie for a while, and we're so happy to have her on board, and everyone's just gelling very well today. But this team that we put together has gelled so well and put together just a good product that we feel, and that we constantly go to the community and we ask them, say, hey, what do you think? Where could be improved? And it's their magazine. At the end of the day, this is the yoga community's magazine. Right. So they're going to dictate to us what really should be in it. We're going to have a guideline to go by, but at the end of the day, this is just going to sway to what the community needs.
That's how I like to do my podcast too with people. The essence of it is what I do is very similar to what you do, and that's sharing. Mm-hmm. It's getting the word out, bringing up the awareness level, and letting people know what's going on, so that builds community. So it's awesome.
Thanks. I mean, the response that we've gotten was, we expected to get a good response, but people are just constantly emailing us, submitting us articles now, just how can we get involved. I mean, we expanded to a community relations position, ambassadors. We brought on about 6 or 7 new ambassadors who just want to be involved. So they're part of the community. They distribute for us. They're out there. They're our cheerleaders. They come to events. It's remarkable.
How's the structure set up? You have like a sales team, or?
Yes, someone very important to our team I haven't mentioned is Pedro Luna, and he has just been a complete rock star for us. He's
a good guy.
He's the best, and we're so fortunate to have him. And he's been influential in with this community relations portion of the business, working with the ambassadors, and helping them distribute and what we have to do, and just getting the word out. Since he works with YogaFest, etc., he's got a good understanding of the market and just how to get the word out there. So he's been
YogaFest is coming up February.
February 25th.
25th.
Yeah. And we're the main media sponsor for that as well.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, good. Now I'll see you down there.
Okay, I'll see you there.
I'll probably be dragging my camera around.
Oh, there you go. Just like old times.
Yeah. Do you guys have? How long has this been going on? How long has the publication been out?
September. Yeah, so we're in 5th issue.
Yeah.
Going towards 6th. Yeah.
Once a month.
Once a month.
What the plan is.
Once a month it goes on. We're in almost 400 locations now. Pretty much it's a free magazine. So first and foremost, it's free. That's how we designed it.
Right.
It's in every studio, juice bar, coffee shop, spa, hotel.
Tri-County, it's Miami, Fort Lauderdale, Palm Beach area?
Miami all the way to Palm Beach Gardens.
All the way up, okay,
Yeah.
good. Which brings me to the question of free. So are you guys funded at all? Do you have some sponsorship that helps?
We're bootstrapped and advertising.
Yeah.
So that's how this runs.
It's like me,
Yeah.
You start out with the passion and hope that it comes along.
Well, when Jeff and I started it, we didn't know what was going to happen. We're just like, all right, this is what it is. This is the bottom line. Let's see. I mean, there's a thought process in it, but
of course, yeah, hopefully.
But we didn't know what was going to happen because there was nothing like it.
Do you have coming from a business background, and supposedly, is there some sort of a business plan? Do you have like a 2-year goal or a 5-year goal or anything like that, or are you just winging it totally?
No, we have a goal. I mean, we have our all goals in line. Obviously, South Florida is in beta. This is just making it work, making this fantastic. And by the end of the year, if we're in a position where people just really love what we're doing, it's the most important thing. People love what we're doing. We have a solid team in place. We can take it into other markets.
Right.
But we have to make this market just great. It has to take a large community and make it very small, so that people are really connected. And that's what we found the most. And once we have that, and once we look at this come the end of the year, we can say, okay, we know the mistakes we made, we know what we need to do, and we can take it to all the other areas.
Right. Yeah, I realize that content is obviously super important.
Sure.
But one thing that I enjoy looking through the magazine, again, on a technical aspect, is the photos are great, the quality of the paper even is good. And that drew me in,
Mm-hmm.
so that, okay, now I'm flipping, and it's not all advertising.
Mm-hmm.
There's actually really good articles in
Sure.
there. If somebody wants to get involved, if they want to donate or come on as a sponsor, what's the best way of getting a hold of you guys?
The best way, go right to the website, todaysyoga.com. Email is going to be david@todaysyoga.com. All our contact information is going to be there from top down. So you go right to the website.
Right.
Yeah.
And they can always grab a magazine. I'm sure you have all that.
Everything's in the Master magazine as well.
Yeah. Good.
Mm-hmm. And as far as content goes, if you're a writer, if you're a student, if you're a teacher, and you want to submit something, send it in. Send it right into editorial@todaysyoga.com. If you have some news at todaysyoga.com, advertising at todaysyoga.com. I mean, the reach is getting bigger and bigger, and if we don't have room in the magazine for something, put it on the web. We're launching a huge online campaign pretty soon, and all over social media.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, and even partners that we work with, or as advertisers go, when we go to events, we'll have some of their items there for us, or their business cards. Really work well with partners, with our writers, because Jeff and I know this business from every angle. I've been a writer, he's been an advertising rep at some point, he's a publisher, etc. We know what everyone needs, so we're willing to play as nice as we can for everybody.
Sounds like a good balance that you guys have.
Yeah, he's got the, at the time when I came to him, and he has 30 years publishing experience, and I had a business development background, and I was a yoga instructor. So I see, what was needed in the community.
There's the connect right there.
Yeah, and he always says it. He's like, I don't know the first thing about yoga, but that's okay.
Right.
To an extent, he's like, I know what I know.
Hopefully, you'll get him on the map one of these days.
Well, we want to get him in an issue. We have a how-to sequence every month. Our goal is to get Jeff in the issue.
Yeah.
But it's good because he looks at it from an outside perspective, not through yogi eyes. Exactly. We're everyone the team's yogis.
Yeah.
So we're looking at it just, is this correct? Is the photo, is the alignment right? I mean, this is very important stuff. It's not just a normal photo shoot. That's one thing people understand. Like Sean, our photographer, Sean, I'm sorry, I'm butchering your name, is phenomenal. What he can do by working with people and and understanding where they should be aligned, and if not, we have a teacher there to look at it as well, because you have teachers critiquing this and looking at it and say, hey, you know, how you can have someone a down dog if, you know, their hips are wrong, etc.
Right.
So it's the little intricacies that go into each bit of content, each bit of pictures that make a little difference.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, is there anybody else you'd like to talk about, or anything at all you want to expand on? I know you got training coming up. I don't want you late for your training, because I know what that's like.
I mean, we're just excited. You know, we're excited because the public is excited. It's you know, from where this started, from a little article to now, and we just got into Whole Foods. How did we get into Whole Foods?
Yeah.
You know, we started in a little article, and now we're expanding into all these different locations, and it's just great. And yoga, what I love so much, and personally, I'm learning all these different types of yoga that's going on that I didn't even know even existed. So if I could say one thing about this, if we can be the bulletin board of South Florida yoga, of what's going on, and bringing things in that people have never heard of, like Iyengar and Raja yoga, and just things that are happening that they don't even know exist,
Right.
We're doing a good thing.
Awesome. Again, well,
Excited.
David, man, it's finally, after a year and a half or so, we finally hooked up.
Yeah, and I will say, I tried interviewing you for the pineapple. I don't even know, 3 years ago.
Was it that long?
Was it that years ago? Yeah.
Well, who knows where my head was
Yeah.
during those. I was actually 3 years ago. I was probably just getting ready to shut down my business and get into this. So, well, you know, timing is beyond me.
Yeah.
I mean, I just go with it. So
Right.
the timing's right now. So you know, we pulled it off. So
Absolutely.
all right.
Thanks
Once
for the
again,
opportunity.
thanks, man. I'm
You
glad
got
I
it.
got to meet you.
Same here.
And good luck with your training and also the magazine. So,
Thank you.
all right.
So there you have it, our interview with David Ramoy, today's Yoga Magazine. Thanks for watching and listening. I hope you tune in to some of the new episodes, as I'll be able to share more about the organizations and the individuals behind the scenes who continues to support our mission and our veterans family. This is Yoga for Vets, supporting our troops one breath at a time.